Go. Go. Hello. Or hola, as our Spanish-speaking friends would say. This is Spanish with a farmer. Today we're going to use tener and possessive adjectives in a question. Common questions asked are, how old are you? How old is our daughter? How old is our uncle? Good question. Let's break it down in some easy to follow steps. Let's use the example of how old is your son? First, step one, how old? ¿Cuántos años? How old will always be ¿cuántos años? Don't forget your upside down question mark. Step number two, how old is or how old are? Now, important to note, if we're saying how old are you, informal, we're going to say tienes. But for is, we'll use tiene. For are, we'll use tienen. Step three, straightforward, it's possessive adjectives. Remember, those possessive adjectives must match in number and gender. So in our example, how old is your, we're going to use tu. Tu without an accent. Our next step here, give me a second, rip this off. Well, 1 second. Little technical difficulties here. The paper's not wanting to rip. There we go. All right. Our next step here, step 4, is the subject. The subject of the question. In this case, it's son. Well, son is hijo. Step 5 is to add an adjective if we got one. This case, we don't. How old is your son? There's no adjective to add. But you may want to say, how old is your younger son or older son? So, in this case, there is no adjective. Don't worry about that. So, let's break it down here. How old, ¿cuántos años? Is, tiene. Your, tu, and then son, hijo. ¿Cuántos años tiene tu hijo? Another common one is, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? Let's look at a challenge. One more here. A little bit of a challenge using multiple of our rules that we've learned with tener and possessive adjectives. 1 second, rip this off here. Here we go. How old is our younger daughter? I frequently forget my kids' ages. How old is our younger daughter? So, step 1. How old is ¿cuántos años? Don't forget the upside down question mark. Next is. In this case, we're going to use tiene. Remember, they use tener to express age. Tener. Next would be our. Now this one's important. Remember, it must match in number and gender. Well, our daughter, referring to daughter, it's singular and it's feminine. So in that case, it's going to become nuestra. Nuestra. Daughter comes next. Remember, the subject is next. So in this case, daughter is hija, and last is the adjective. That adjective for daughter, younger, is menor. The entire question, ¿cuántos años tiene nuestra hija menor? This will be a lot of fun. You can do a lot of combinations there. Just make sure you follow those 5 simple steps. Break it down. Make it easy. This is Spanish with a Farmer.